بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So we're in Ilm al-Bayan, and inshallah, as I said, Ilm al-Bayan is a very short discussion. We're going to finish it off today, inshallah. The last part of Ilm al-Bayan we discuss is Al-Kinaya. What is Kinaya? Kinaya is when you use a sentence, not a word, a sentence. Kinaya is use a sentence in a way where you don't mean its original meaning. Okay? You imply something else, even though the original meaning can be taken. So you have a whole sentence, and by the sentence you don't mean its original meaning. You mean something else. But the original meaning can also be there. That's a very big difference between isti'ara and this. In isti'ara, when you say lion, the lion came. You either mean lion or you either mean a person who is brave. You can't mean both. And in kinaya, it can be both. I give you a simple example. I don't have blood on my hands. What does that mean? I didn't kill anyone.
Literal meaning could be that you don't have blood on your hands.
Yeah, so
one is that you are innocent.
Innocent. So when I don't have blood on my hands, it means, look, my hands don't have blood. I didn't murder him. And if, for example, I say you have blood on your hands, it's the opposite meaning. You got blood on your hands. It can mean literally you murdered him and there's blood remaining on your hands. But that's not what it's meant. What's meant really? You are guilty of the murder. So let's say, for example, there's a king or there's a world leader and he's committed atrocious war crimes. He didn't even leave his office, or he didn't even leave where his command station is. But what can we still say to him? You got blood on your hands because you killed innocent people. And you can also say somebody who has actually committed a murder and he actually stabbed the person or shot the person and blood is on his hand. You can actually say you got blood on your hands. And there's blood on his hands. But here by blood on his hands, you don't mean blood. What we mean, a bigger meaning of what? Guilt. You got murder on your conscience. Murder is on your hisab. You understand? So kinaya means this. In kinaya, you have a sentence, and even though the literal meaning can be implied and it can be taken, that's not what is meant. What is meant? The deeper meaning or the wider meaning. It's called kinaya. Like a Quran example, I'll give you two examples. One from the Quran, from the Hadith. So that Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam, she said, "Anna yakunu li walad wa lam yamsasni bashar." How can I have a child when no human has ever touched me? Now obviously a human has touched her, isn't it? Her mother might have touched her. Somebody might have touched her. But what does she mean here? She's referring to husband and wife relations. So even though literal meaning can be taken, what's meant here? Lam yamsasni bashar is a kinaya instead of saying the explicit wording. I'm not married and I have not cohabited. But she doesn't use the explicit word. What does she say? Lam yamsasni bashar. It's a kinaya anil jima'. So it's not using the exact words. She's using the word yamsasni bashar. And here it doesn't mean the word yamsasni bashar, lam yamsasni bashar, doesn't mean the literal words, literal meaning. It has another meaning. Even though the literal meaning can be taken. Do you understand? So no human has ever touched me, it's not literal. It has a deeper meaning, has a broader meaning. Okay. Another example of this is the Prophet ﷺ is speaking to his wives, and he said that after I die, أسرع كنا لحاقا بي أطول كنا يدا. Okay, that the one from amongst you who will come to me, meaning come and meet me in the hereafter, join me in the hereafter, the quickest is the one of the longest hands. So they started measuring their hands, and I think Sauda radiallahu ta'ala, she's the biggest of all of them. She had the biggest hands. But who was the first to pass away? Zainab radiallahu ta'ala anha. So then they understood that having a long hand means what? Generosity. So even though it can be literally mean, that's not the meaning here. What does it mean? Generosity. You can say, for example, oh, his hands are tight. What does that mean?
He's stingy.
Contingy, he's conjuice, he's stingy. Yeah? So his pockets are tight. So you can say, for example, you know what, whenever you go out to eat, yeah, his hand goes in his pocket and now comes out. Now it can be literally, like he says, oh, I'll pay for it. And he's like, come on. He never takes money out. Or it can be a metaphor, meaning, metaphor is a kinaya. So the literal meaning doesn't always have to be implied, even though it can be there. This is called kinaya. So the one who has the longest hand, and it doesn't mean literal. What does it mean? One who's more generous. And it can also, it could have also been, let's say for example, Sauda was the more generous. It could apply to her as well. You understand?
So is this does it refer to metaphorically?
Yes, it's metaphor. But it's called kinaya, a specific type of kinaya in Arabic. It's called Subhanallah bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.